All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed that one. Reese, I know he enjoyed that one because it was the Celtics versus the Warriors. So I'm glad you got your thumbs up for that one. See how to set them up for that one. Hey, but look, we're gonna go a little old school. Right? Like, for example, Freddie old school. I know you always appreciate this one, right? Why is this not working? Chill out.
Crazy transition, Freddie. He called you old, then said you and the old people was
Freddie old school. I know you're gonna appreciate this. Freddie old as hell.
You and all the old folk, y'all gonna enjoy this one, Freddie. Let's go to the next.
Man, Fred got the orthopedic sneakers from AARP.
I guess take two. I guess.
Oh wait, no. Freddie, don't let him do it. Duck.
Hey, Freddie old.
We're back from the technical difficulties, I guess. We just go jump right on into it to the old school. Hopefully this works.
Yeah, after senior.
So we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Ja Morant, two studs, right?
Look like.
Ja's throwing up 28 points, and Shai's throwing up 31. But they dominating in the paint. Both of them are top 10, and to be more specific, Ja number 7 with 14.5. And then, Shai's doing actually better than Ja, surprisingly. He's number 4 at 14.9. So that's a wide margin right there. Do you feel like, Freddie, that the old school is going to come back in style? Because, Steph, Jordan Poole, Trae Young, all them, they throw that thing from the opposite side of the court. So, I mean, that's the sexier game. Like, Tyler Hero just made 9 threes back-to-back in back-to-back games. Like, do you think because of Shai and Ja, maybe the old school game is going to come back for the guards?
I don't think it ever went anywhere. If you look at just who's won outside of Golden State, again, Golden State kind of broke the game, so to speak, right? You look at who's won championships over the past, let's say, 10 years, right? It's not the teams who got the guards who are just pulling up from everywhere. It's a team who got guards that can get downhill, who can create, rebound, do all those things, defend. Outside of Golden State again, you look at like last year, Brooklyn couldn't win because they didn't have one of those guards, right? It was like, okay, keep Dragic in, let him run your offense, right? They played better with Dragic in the game versus Boston. Boston has those type of guys. They have a Marcus Smart who doesn't need to come down and pull threes every trip and so on and so forth. Marcus Smart's defense, he rebounds, he posts up, he get to the cup, he'll hit timely threes. Like, so it never went anywhere. Even with the Miami series, right? Miami had a Kyle Lowry, a Jimmy Butler who handles the ball a lot. Toronto, it's so many teams, Toronto, so on and so forth. So again, I don't think it ever went anywhere. I still think the winning teams, Drew Holiday for Milwaukee a couple years ago, you go talk about the Lakers in the bubble championship, right? They had a post player in AD. They had a big, strong wing, and they had a point guard named Rajon Rondo that isn't an elite three-point shooter, but he can facilitate, defend, rebound, do all those things like a traditional point guard. And even Steph this year he played better going to the hoop. He was able to be stopped in the past because you run him off the line, and you pretty much did your job if you did so. Now Steph is coming downhill against Boston in the finals, getting to the hoop right hand, left hand, right? Taking the contact, so on and so forth. So I even appreciate that from Steph. So I know that's a pretty long answer, but again, I'm saying all that to say it never went anywhere. It was just that everybody was so caught up in looking at Golden State and how they won that they didn't realize that the reason why a lot of teams did not win is because they were trying to play like Golden State instead of playing the winning style of guard or winning style of basketball in general.
Okay, so Reese, let me ask you this then, because like I said, excuse me, both guards, right? Both guards are pretty big stars, I should say, in the league. Ja's obviously a bigger star in terms of like being well known than Shai, but whose style do you tend to lean more so toward, or lean more towards, Shai or Ja? Because like I said, both are dominant, 14.5 versus 14.9. But do you believe more in Shai's game because since he's higher, or is it Ja?
So I'm gonna go with Mr. Gilgeous-Alexander, and the reason is that, and it's funny, right? Ja is a freak of an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Shai is 6'7". So, matched up against the guards that they are matched up against, it's not going to be many that can stop them anyway. You know what I mean? Once Ja gets in the air and once Shai gets below the free throw line, if you don't have big help for either, then they're going to score on whoever your guard is because they're most likely 6'3", 6'2". You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to stop them once they get into their rhythm. But I'm going to go with Shai just because I just feel like on all three levels, he's kind of got it figured out in a different way than Ja right now. It's just like, I just don't think there's a way. Like, I don't think you can necessarily stop either of them based on how they're playing right now. But I think, like I said, because Shai is 6'7", I just think he has an edge. No matter who is switched on to him, he can kind of like still body up on them and kind of get to where he wants to. That's just kind of how I look at it. Just because from a height standpoint, aside from his.
I do hear you. I do hear you on the height standpoint. And when you said 6'7", I was like, whoa, because I thought he was 6'5", but I went on to I went to look and I saw he's like 6'6". So like that, he's taller than Ja either way, right? Like because he got taller for me as you were talking about. So I'm like, that's pretty crazy. But Ja's athleticism is wild. Like when you look at Ja Morant, right? You think of Michael Jordan, how he's able to just float in the air and kind of just get that extra elevation that can just get the shot off. Like he was able to do that with ease against the Warriors, and I'm like, dang, that's pretty tough. Because that Warriors defense was pretty smooth. Freddie, let me ask you this then. Same question. Who do you believe more in terms, like Shai or Ja? Do you believe in the lanky, taller player or the athletic freak of nature athlete?
So it's normally the former, but for this specific, I'll go with Ja. Respects to Shai, but Ja has gotten the shot now. His 3-point shooting has gotten significantly better, and like you said, you can't stop him going downhill already. Now you can't sag off of him. That's scary. So I'll say Ja just because of how far along his 3-point shooting has came, and also can make timely buckets as well. So,
and I think too, old school hoops. Like I think 3-level scorers are taking over the game right now.
Yeah.
Like if you can score on all 3 levels, and I feel like in that. Kind of that Jordan going into the 2000s era, that's really what it became, right? I mean, you could even say back in 85, 86, it was like that too. I mean, if you were a 3-level scorer, you know what I mean? If you were a 3-level scorer, you were kind of looked at as a hot commodity. Also, because now everybody talks about like the 3-and-D wing. You know what I mean? But in truth, if your best player most likely scores on all 3 levels.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Kawhi's, Devin Booker's, KD, Bronze, for sure, 1,000%.
Like
Ja has just ascended to.
Yeah, I think Zion is probably one of the most dominant players who I would say right now isn't a 3-level scorer.
He got to shoot more threes, though, man. He cut back on the 3-point shooting this year. It's weird.
Right, and AD actually cut back on his too, but he would be another one who I say was definitely, I would like in the bubble, I would have considered him a 3-level scorer. Now it kind of looks like he's kind of digressing a little bit, I guess, kind of back to just mid-range and low post. Like once it gets the ball around the rim, you can't really stop him from going up. I'm all for, you know what I mean, what's going to put the ball in the basket at the highest percentage, you know what I mean? Whatever.
There you go, right.
It's complicated. Like, that's like the other day, Giannis goes 1 for 15 on jump shots and still scores 30.
30, right.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you could have had 50, but you decided to practice shooting during the game. I mean, hey, you get to practice in somehow.
Right.
You gotta get your practice in somehow.
During the game, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to get your practice in somehow. When you know you got a comfortable 15-point lead, you can throw up a couple BS shots, and you know what you're gonna do. Once they score, you just go dump the ball, and you're back in it. So,
That's a fact. Good point.
Nah, okay. So hold on, real quick. Can y'all hear? Is there an echo for you guys?
No.
mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so long story short, then we got Shai for Reese, Ja for Freddie. Oh my gosh, I gotta be the tiebreaker. If I'm talking about all around bucket, I might go Shai just because, like you said, I think. Well,
It's a tough one, bro. It's a tough one.
yeah, because Josh shoots a better percentage, but he shoots 2 more than Shai. I think Shai's a more skilled player.
Inside that 3-point line.
I think Shai's a more skilled player, and if you're talking about longevity, I would have to lean on Shai a little bit, because like the way Ja is reckless. I think that might be that longevity would be my deciding factor.
Yeah, Shai just hasn't won anything from me yet. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that.
Giving the young boys respect. That's all. But yeah, Shai's a monster. Let's not discredit Shai.
Yeah, I wasn't start talking about what they've accomplished like in terms of career, just more so as a player. Real quick, just the name, no reasoning. If you're talking about in the paint, because again, both of them were leading in the paint, who would y'all go with?
In the paint?
Yeah, solely in the paint.
Okay, but where? Okay,
Ja.
I'm gonna question your question on where is Ja jumping from?
In the paint, like what you
Ja.
mean?
I'm saying we're talking about he in the paint and then he jumps.
In the paint.
So he's not jumping from like
Oh, ja.
jumping from the free throw line and then scoring at the basket. So I'm saying like, is it okay? Okay, I'm gonna go with Ja. I'm probably gonna
okay.
Because you what's the man? The man got in the air the other day and looked like he was about to dunk it and then just set it in the wrist. Because yeah.
I get that. Because like I said, it reminds you of Jordan. Just because y'all said Ja, I'm gonna give Shai some love. Because again, he is number 4 on the list. He is beating Ja by 0.4 points. So I'm just saying. But I hear y'all though. It's a tough one. But I can't be mad at that one. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we will. Fellas, I greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in though. Hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas. Because we won't be talking until afterwards. But at least meet this way until afterwards. So, but do y'all have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Hey man, happy holidays. That's it.
Freddie, you got anything you want to say?
Nope.
Bro, with Freddie, we used our 15 seconds but once.
Right.
All right. Well, I hope y'all all have a wonderful holidays and tune in next time. Take care.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.